If I could get each of you please to just quickly introduce yourselves and tell everyone which film you directed. Thank you.
My name is Morven Christie. I directed Stray, which was the session family program.
I'm Hardey Speight and I directed Love Me Hold Me Always, which was the first film.
Hello, my name is Axel Cheb Terrab. I directed the last short film, Your Body in My Room.
Hi, my name's Madeline Clayton. I'm so thrilled to be here. I directed She Said So. I don't know where it was in the program.
Hi, this is actually the dog, the lecturer, and I'm Jack, and we both co-directed Blondi.
Hello, I'm Ed, and I made the Golden Squacco Heron.
Hi, I'm Asya. I directed the film called Backstroke. Original name is Sırtüstü. Thank you. I'm Joanna Vymeris, and I directed Mother Goose.
Hi, I'm Anabelle, and I did Fowl play.
Sorry, these microphones are like that. I think Lexus decided to sit on me, which is sorry. So if I could now ask each of you please to just tell us a bit about how your film came to be, and a bit about yourselves as filmmakers, that'd be amazing. Thank you. Let's start and ask about that.
Sure. Well, I always found very fascinating the fact that such a monster like Hitler would have such a intimate bond with his dog, and we have seen, Hitler always shouting and doing atrocities, and I thought it would be interesting to see what a monster looks like from a different perspective. And I have a dog, and I love my dog very, very much. And when it's a bad day, it turns into a good one. So I thought maybe it's the same for the Führer. I asked Lex if she could help me with that, and she agrees.
Okay, so this film for me was really inspired after I had my daughter, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to have conversations with her growing up about what it means to be a young woman and your sexual identity, and how much autonomy we really have over our kind of the crafting of our sexual identity and how young women can influence each other. I wanted to kind of try and explore this idea that, our own sort of sexual objectification can actually come from our peers and from women-on-women relationships, and it can be so subtle and so subdued. So that's sort of one of the things I was really trying to explore with it. I feel like there's so much I want to say, but I don't want to take too much time on the microphone, but yeah, that's where I go.
Okay, my film was the last one. It was really a way of saying goodbye to that same apartment. That is where I was living. Many memories I had there, and I don't know, I just wanted to make a film to I don't know how to say, to commemorate all those memories. And at the same time, I was moving to Paris. That's in Buenos Aires, Argentina, where I am from. So, I don't know, it was lots of emotions there. So I gathered with the two actors one Tuesday. On Wednesday we wrote the script, and on Saturday we were shooting the film. It was really something small. We were 5 people, I think, because we wanted to get that intimate feel. That's why I made the film. It's a dedication to my apartment.
I always want to make stories about people surviving on the fringes of society. I've kind of been obsessed about that kind of endeavour to live under those kind of pressures. And here I really wanted to tell, although it seems strange, but it is a love story. So it's about somebody that's living in a loveless society that doesn't have love and is searching it out. And she's searching it out through her relationship with her mum. And it's kind of about generational trauma as well, which is something I'm obsessed with. The idea that trauma's passed through families, especially in deprived areas. So I was fascinated by telling a story where you're stripping back the psyche of the character slowly, and you're revealing not only the conditions that they're living in there and having to survive, but the conditions that have led them there. And I felt like the spine of the film, which was the voiceover, was the kind of reveal of that original trauma, which was created by her mother, but also her mother's trauma. So.
Stray is kind of an exploration of my youth. Growing up in a place where it feels like there's kind of domination is kind of the main energy, where it's really hard to maintain any connection with like your inner voice and just your tenderness. And so I kind of approached it from this character's point of view, shot it in such a way that it tried to depict her confusion and how ambiguous all of the situations she finds herself in are, and what it's like to not really have like a clear guiding voice of how to read the coding in situations and how to make choices and so really all she has is like her inner voice. And I think I'm really interested in the idea of nature being a sanctuary and being somewhere where you can take yourself to heal and to feel like you belong, and that there's always, I guess, in those spaces, souls and places where you can feel seen.
Hello. I wanted to make a film about games and about play and about how you could structure a film in an unusual way, as if a film is like a game or a board game. I was interested in games within games within games and all sorts of sort of weird and funny little things like that. I wanted to just also make a film very simply. I wanted to make a film with just some resources I had. It was making 4 people. We had no funding or support. It was just me and a group of friends getting together and making a film in a few days. And hopefully that has, hopefully it makes you smile. We're the only film here with no content warning, which I'm quite proud of.
I'm not a huge fan of things like keep swimming and you need to continue and you need to be successful. And the film is actually sometimes you need just breathe and you need to just stop a little bit, because I think stopping and breathing in this daily life needs more courage than like going to the end line. So yes, my film is about this. Thank you.
So Mother Goose really came from our wonderful writer, who's still introduced in the audience, because he grew up on the farm where we shot the film. And he wanted to, or he wrote this film a few years ago to make a kind of modern day Brothers Grimm-esque fable about grief and loneliness, and I read it, and I'm very drawn to films and direct films that are about important things like grief and loneliness and isolation, but with a sort of stylized, surreal edge. So we wanted to do that, an absurd and surreal look at grief and loneliness.
Foul play was inspired by my single mom, who's a kleptomaniac and always steals our turkeys for Thanksgiving.
Oh yes, over there. Thank you so much. Sorry, these slides are very bright.
Yes, this is for the director of Fowl Play. I was wondering, was it really challenging working with your children?
Yes, it's always challenging working with children, but also very fun and rewarding. So yeah, I had a great time.
Anyone else? Come on, there's a lot here. Surely someone's got a question. Did anyone see anyone? Yeah, over there. Thank you. You might have to shout, I'm afraid.
This is anybody wants to ask, what's next for you? Pretty open-ended.
Thank you so much. Who wants to start with that one? Joel said start one.
I have a feature in early development right now, which explores pretty similar themes, but is set in a different time. This is kind of the mission statement.
Yeah, I've also got a couple of things in development. This actually, as a project, was inspired, I just want to say, by Iona, who was an actress I found, and I was just stunned by her presence. So the script was written and developed around her, and that's been turned into a feature script. So we're looking at getting kind of some money for that, but we've also got another project that we're working with the production company to try and expand as well.
Well, I'm actually working on my second feature. I wanted to thank the festival because in this same place, the Camino, I premiered my first feature last year. I think it was exactly 1 year ago. And now I'm working on my second feature with some of the same actors and the same crew. And we're hoping to release it next year or the other one.
So She Said So is a proof of concept for my feature film that explores a similar world but with a more sort of psychological examination of these characters. We're two best friends who are institutionalized in a single-sex Catholic school. There's a serial rapist that's targeting girls at their school for their virginity, and so they take it upon themselves to find out who this person is. And so essentially it becomes a little bit more of a mystery, psychological thriller, but I wanted to use She Said So as a way for me to sort of explore what it feels to see the tenderness of that relationship and how much love there can be between two young girls that sort of depend on each other but aren't actually very good for each other, and they're influencing each other in bad ways. Yet there is a dependency that is there as well, because when you're both kind of in it together, you're both kind of like, if the ship is sinking, you're kind of going down together. So that was the purpose of seeing that relationship on screen, and yeah, we're in development now. So
I'm working on a sequel to Blondi. It's about Mussolini's hamster.
Well, I would like to make a couple of features. That we have the film in the experimental shorts, which start Marshall Tito's Parrot. So.
Unmade, yeah. 10 actually. It was a trilogy. Anyway, a couple of features in early development. So
Come here.
Well, I actually wrote this originally slightly differently as a feature, and I realised it would probably never get made that way. So I decided to make a proof of concept short first, and that's essentially what this film is, to test that you can make a film about games and play, and has it worked? I think it has, hopefully people agree. So that's the main aim for now, and hopefully this film will help get that film actually made, or just end development for 10 years, let's see. Hopefully. Let's
I just finished my next short film called No One Believes in Me, so keep your eyes out, and I'm also looking for finance for my feature.
So this is Backstroke is my first short film, so now I'm just writing my second short film, and yes.
So this was an interesting one for me because I was a film producer, and this was when I started off producing with you, and then realized I should be directing it, and I'm now going to the AFI where your film was from to study directing. So this was a nice transition film, and hopefully developing more things with you.
To me, I just invite you. Thank you. Do we have any more questions? Yes, here. Thank you so much.
This is for the which of the Goose. What was it like working with the Goose?
Almost impossible. So we had 3 geese, and it was so hard. We were shooting on film, which made it even harder, because the goose obviously just doesn't do what you want it to do, and we had a goose wrangler, but it would either be running away when we wanted it to be still, or it would freeze up when we wanted it to move. So a lot of the times we were like, oh no, it looks like a doll, and it is actually not. Yeah, it was hard.
How did you get it to sound like Robbie's?
I know, it's magic. The magic of cinema.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that. Any other questions? Yes, over here, thank you.
Couple of stable works on straight and there's a lot of themes about animals and use of behaviours and storytelling. But it's just interesting, I suppose, can you tell us how you like using another species to create a possible communication?
Do I need the animal-based film directors? Christian, take that one.
Well, Lexi never complained. It was always raining. She used to have a no diva behavior. So no, the best DOP I ever had, honestly. I never caused any trouble whatsoever.
You should do that. I think a lot of it's about patience. You have to go at their pace. And, there's a filmmaker I admire who apparently spent 4 days waiting to get a great shot of a frog and just spent 4 days waiting. I didn't spend quite that long, but the shot of the dog Ruff took 2 hours just to get him in that position. The sheep took several days of going back to the field to try and get them in the right place. So you sort of go on their own terms and respect for the patient and keep a bit of a distance.
Do you mind if I first start?
Sorry. Just on a sort of like soul level, I think animals have a really epic capacity to sort of like mirror you back to yourself in a way that humans struggle to. And I think like that was the function of using a dog in mine, and it was the way that there's something about the purity of a connection with an animal. They don't have all the complex human behaviors, they just see sort of the heart of you. And then working with them on set and trying to let them be still, free, and have that soul, build that relationship for us was a lot about forcing Cranky to just like be in a space with the dog all the time and grow to love her and be loved by her.
Thank you so much. Does anyone else want to? Lovely. I think we're going to have to end it there, I'm afraid. But before we thank everyone here, I just want to thank everyone else as well who's in the room, writers, actors, everyone who's involved in these productions. Thank you so much. We've got the competition shorts, which are premiering tomorrow. But and if you want to see these films again, there are 3 more screenings. So do please tell everyone to come and see them. Make sure that you complete your balance in the way that I described earlier, and please leave it festively. Enjoy the rest of the festival. Thank you, everyone.
So very quickly, we have the board game as an actual playable board game. If anyone wants to have a look, please let me know afterwards.
Directly.